You weren't walking around the car.
No.
You were by the car.
I walked on the side of it in the grass, took a picture of the side, and I walked around to the other side, but I didn't walk out far because, like, I was on the passenger side because I took a picture of inside the car, but I couldn't see but her on the phone. That must be Campbell.
We have this time. I'm going to follow you until we get home.
Are you sure? I'm okay.
I'm going to follow you to the front.
I think I'm all right. Enough that I can hear my vehicle. No, he couldn't.
Let him know you got it on video. Okay, babe? You didn't get live till after you were already under arrest.
Right on.
That's what he said.
He didn't ask, he demanded. This is all a lie. To give me her ID and she wasn't driving. I told the female that I was investigating disturbance. No, he didn't. He said disorderly conduct. The female then raised her voice even louder, and I asked her for. No, he didn't ask me for. No, he didn't. He said, "Give me your ID." He said, "Give it to me." Hi, how are you?
Hey, you listen.
Yes, I am.
Chief Wallen.
Hi, nice to meet you. I can't really grab your hand too hard. My wrist is real messed up by your officer. I hate stuff. I'm sorry. This is ridiculous, all of this. I mean, what he arrested me for, okay? I was not being loud. I was recording. That was it. I recorded a stop almost 5 days prior, okay? And I don't think they were too happy about that to begin with. And I believe, and I did flip him off, I'm not gonna lie to you. I did. Like an hour prior to him arresting me, I flipped him off. No lies. I mean,
What's going on? I mean, is there an issue with the department? Or?
I'm just kind of out just making sure everything goes like it's supposed to because I've had some tips that this place ain't the best police department. And I'm just basically videoing because a lot of your officers, as I noticed, do not have body cams. I mean, that's crazy. An officer...
All the officers, the patrol officers in uniform should have body cams. We just recently got them.
How about Sergeant Riggs? He don't have one.
He's not a patrol
And he
officer.
showed up at my arrest. He was one that was on the scene of the first thing I videoed. And I'm going to tell you, okay, he was walking away with evidence in his hand, thinking I wouldn't catch it.
He's walking with what?
Evidence. It was like a green thing he took out of the car, the guy's car, Justin Campbell. He took it out of his car, and I watched him walk away with it on my video. I have video proof to show you if you'd like to see it. But, I mean...
What was he wearing? He wasn't a patrol. He wasn't in uniform.
He was in a tan top with a dark vest.
He's
That
our
said shirt.
narcotics.
I know who he is. Yeah, I know who he is. I know, but like...
Where are you from? Are you from local? I mean, I've never met you. That's
Well, I really don't answer questions, but... You know.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be.
No, I know you're not. I know. You're being
I'm a
very
nice
nice.
guy. I promise.
Thank you very
I
much
just
for being
want
nice.
to Make sure there's not an issue with the department that I need to know about. So I'm talking to.
No, but I have a feeling these officers, the 5 of them that were there that day, are going to continue to mess with me if I record them, and that's not cool. Like, I'm not doing nothing wrong. I didn't raise my voice. I wasn't in the street. I have it all in video until he broke my phone. He ripped my hand away, okay? Him and Officer Smith both grabbed me at the same time, okay? I was not resisting by no means. I said to him kindly, I said, if you had told me I was under arrest, I'd have put my hands behind my back for you. I have heart problems too. I have heart failure. I was in the back of the squad car and I asked him for one of my nitroglycerin pills. He refused to give it to me. He refused to take me to the hospital. Then he didn't seatbelt me in. He was speeding on the way to the jail. I'm freaking out. Like,
What they charge you with?
oh, disorderly conduct. You want to read the report? And Officer Smith also put his hands on me as well. It wasn't just Officer Marr, it was Officer Smith as well.
And you were under arrest in 22 seconds after.
Yeah, 22 seconds after he got out of the car, he arrested me. He demanded my ID. He's like, I'm investigating disorderly conduct, and grabbed my arm and
He
threw
ran
my
right
other
up to her
phone.
face and demanded ID.
Yeah,
right
I
off
have
the
it all
bat,
on
and then
video. Like, I mean,
She
I
said, I don't
approve.
got to give you ID. I'm not doing anything illegal. And then he was like, you're under arrest
And
immediately.
I'm
22 seconds, it's on
yeah.
video.
And I'm gonna pull his body cam footage, and I'm gonna pull his car footage because they were conspiring against me. I know they were. He couldn't have showed up in 2 minutes on that traffic stop. I had just got there. She had just pulled the car over. And all I was doing, I was literally like at least 10 to 15 feet away from her. I wasn't even close. She knew what I was doing because I was at the stop on the 19th with a narcotics officer over there. And all of them were there. And they all told me, well, Sergeant Riggs had to approach me and like intimidate me and walk around me. He got in my face.
And he also came to this stop too.
And then Officer Marr, yeah, he came to this stop and he looked at me in the back of the patrol car and he's like, I'm I'm like, could you please like loosen my cuffs? I'm like, they're way too tight. He was rough. He was really rough with me. And that's not fair. That's not fair at all. You know, if he would have threw me on the ground or something, I got metal in my ankle, he probably would have broke my ankle again. Like, I mean, come on. If he's doing that to me, who's just recording them and who's not a criminal.
What was they out on, do you remember?
What was what?
Was they out on a traffic stop? Or was
Yeah, it was a traffic stop. Yeah, it was just a traffic stop. That was it. I wasn't bothering her. I wasn't saying nothing to her.
Right behind Maynard's towing, like up on that hill.
And then they towed my car. They went through all my property.
Did they tell you that you was interfering with a traffic stop?
No, she never said that, no. And he walks up to me. The first thing he says, he demands my ID. I was out of the car. I was not in my car. I was not driving. He was parked on the side of the road where there's like off-road parking. And I was far enough behind her, and I was on the side of my car. I wasn't in the road. I wasn't obstructing nothing.
And was you talking or yelling at them while they were?
Oh, no, I actually, sorry.
I'm just asking.
I was actually talking to my camera and my friend that was there because she was recording as well. But she got scared and quit recording. But I got what I got until he broke my
It's all
phone.
on video. She wasn't loud until she was like handled like that when he ran up on her. And said,
Yeah, and then I'm
"That's
like,
crazy."
and then I'm like,
Before
what
that,
the fuck are you
she was
doing?
not
Why
like-
are you arresting me? Like, what did I do?
You were talking like how
Like, he told my friend Miranda that he was going to pull me over and arrest me and impound my car every time I flip him off.
Have you ever been charged before by the college?
Nope, I have no charges. None. Like, I had problems with the police in Indiana a long time ago, but it all got dismissed. I did nothing wrong, no wrongdoing or nothing, so it's not my record. Yeah, I'm a good girl. I'm a grandmother of
I'm
10.
just trying to figure out what's going on.
No, and
So
I
we
get
do
it.
that. We're a small town, we're a small agency.
I get that.
It's hard to find officers. I mean, we're not getting angels falling out of the sky.
I understand that,
We're
but
doing the best we can, and we're all working hard to try to make sure everybody's doing the right thing.
Yeah.
We don't care a bit for your recording. I mean, I'd be glad to show you anything you want to see, as long
Okay.
as it's not behind locked doors or
all right,
anything like that.
all right.
Anthony just seems like Mahar, or whatever his name is. He just seems like a real hothead to me, man.
He's a loose cannon.
And demanded ID, and when she said she didn't have to give ID because she wasn't doing anything, and he's like,
And-
"You're under arrest." Me, 22 seconds.
Yeah.
in the video. I mean,
It was
You
ridiculous.
know, all the officers across the country are, we're under attack by, stuff like that. And this town, our agency, well, we're not used to it. I mean,
Right.
It's something new, but
Yeah.
we'll have to deal with it the same
I
way
got
everybody
you.
else is. But as long as the guys are doing what they need to be doing, following policy, that's what my job is.
Right, and I
Make sure
get
they're
that.
Doing the right thing.
And I get that, but I don't think they are doing the right thing. That's the problem. That's the whole problem. And I mean, if you want these videos, I can email them to you so you can watch them.
Yeah, I'd be glad to, because we do have body cam, they should have them on, so if there's something concerned.
Well, I'll be getting the body camera and the car footage from when I was arrested because I want to prove that they both grabbed me and grabbed me roughly.
When was the date you was
The
arrested?
24th,
What time was it?
it was 1:30. No, what time was it, baby, on that? I don't even know.
I don't see a time on this. I just see the time when he put the incident 3:29 p.m.
And I flipped him off about 2:45 that day. So I don't know. He
Who
told
was it you said you flipped off?
Mar. Yep. Because he flipped me off on the 19th.
And then this here too is like a little bit falsified because you weren't walking around. Were you
No,
walking around
I
the
was
front?
I was walking and like I didn't go up to her driver's side at all. I stayed in the grass on the passenger side and I like zoomed in to see what she was doing. That was it. Because she sat in her car like she was afraid of me. Like, and all I said to the camera, I'm like, she's acting like she's afraid of me. Like, why is she afraid of the camera? Campbell, I guess, that's her name. Yeah, and like I was sitting down there at the red roof and they're circling me. All of them. Mar, her. I think I'm gonna have big problems with them. I'm not kidding. And that's one reason I'm coming to you with this.
Well, I can promise you they're definitely not gonna harass you. I'll make sure of that.
Okay, thank you. I mean, I'm just there to hold people accountable, that's it. I'm not saying you guys are bad, okay, or that you're bad, or that all your officers are bad, because that's not true, I'm sure. But there are bad ones, and those bad ones don't deserve to be police officers. See, I was a correctional officer for 10 years, okay, and I really believed in the police for a long time, and then all kinds of stuff happened in Portage, and it just like made my trust go out the window for cops. Because like when you're telling the truth, they still don't want to.
I understand.
And I'm not trying to cuss at you by no
I mean,
means.
I
sir.
don't want us to take heed on what other departments have done.
No, and no, I get that. But like this department in general, like there's been a lot of things said to me about this department in general. And I mean, I recorded a woman the other day. She was walking on the road, okay, and she was limping because her knee was all swollen. There was two of your officers harassing her, like making her cry. They had her in tears. They had her convinced they were going to take her to the hospital for her knee so they could go through her stuff. I walked up with my camera. They backed off immediately, and we walked her. She wouldn't even walk past where they were at. She was shaking so bad.
Where was this at?
Right back over here. At the bank they were sitting, 2 of your officers in that bank parking lot. And it was a girl named Shelly. I don't know if you know her, she's homeless.
Got a bank over here.
It's back here. It looks like a bank. I don't know if it is a bank.
That old beauty shop, like when you're coming.
It's like where the pillars are back there. There's like where the awning is. 2 police officers were sitting under that awning when they let her go.
Like
It's
around the
right
corner
back
from
here.
cash and carry.
It's literally this block.
Like where cash and carry at. It's just yeah, and then you're like coming down that way. It's like it looks like an old bank. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's what it looks like. I don't know what it is now, honestly.
Oh, cash and carry, you go to church.
The old dialysis center.
Yeah, I think that's what it might be.
The old dialysis center.
You said her name was Shelley?
Yeah. I have a video of her as well.
I mean, send me your videos. so
I
we can
mean,
watch 'em.
like, she's terrified of them. Like, she has 3 months left on probation, she was telling me.
You know her last name?
I don't. And she feels like they're out to get her, like, to ruin her probation, her chance at getting off probation. It's sad. It really is. Like, I don't know. And like I said, I'm not trying to be weird or wrong. I'm just trying to do the right thing.
I understand. I mean, if there's something that needs to be brought to my attention, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I mean, I got 25 officers that I'm having to deal
I
with.
understand. And I know your job's got to be hard, dealing with all them. And I get it. I totally get it. But I just don't understand this, like, for real. Like, I did nothing wrong.
It's like
And,
retaliation.
Honestly, there's nothing I can do about the arrest. I mean, that has to go to court.
no, and that's fine. But I mean, disorderly conduct is not what I did at
I
all.
feel like they retaliated.
They did, for 100% retaliated. And Riggs showed up on scene just to look at me and laugh that I was in the back of that squad car. Yeah. And he's not on the report, neither is Mr. Smith that grabbed me as well. He grabbed my other arm as hard as he could. They both did. They grabbed me really hard. And I begged them to, like, loosen the cuffs.
A lot of times they don't put everybody on the actual arrest report. Once they do the adjacent report in the computer, you gotta put down all the witnesses.
Chapman was there too, just so you know. Chapman showed up after I left from county. Cody Chapman. Yep. I don't know why he was on scene or why he even showed up. But it's ridiculous.
I'm sure everybody's.
I just don't want to be bothered anymore. And if
Their video and all
and if
that.
they see me, like, just leave me alone, Like, if they didn't say anything to me, I would never say anything back, ever. Like, I will be quiet and I will record. But when they're like, oh, you can record, but don't interfere. I got threatened of arrest by Sergeant Riggs.
Can I ask you this?
Yeah.
Is there a reason why you was riding around just flipping them off?
Yeah, because of them acting like assholes over here.
So it was after what they done?
On the 19th, yeah, because Sergeant Riggs literally came like, I'm gonna show you, okay, I'm not trying to be weird, but he's like this, and he's like trying to intimidate me to get away from him. That's what he was trying to
He
do.
didn't say a word until he confronted you.
Yeah, he said something to me first. He's like, you can record, but don't interfere.
And then he ran up on you.
Yeah, then he ran up on me.
Started all this? It was
Just recording, yeah.
You never said anything?
Nope, I did not. No, I was talking to my camera, and then he said something. He's like, don't record, but, and then he's like, you're interfering if you, da-da-da. You know what? I'm gonna say something then. So I told the suspect, I'm like, you know what? I'm like, you can tell him he can't go through your car. I said, if you gave him permission, you can tell him, take that back. That's what I said after he already approached me. Like, don't approach me and expect me not to say anything. And then he left me alone, and I left him alone. I didn't say another word to him. Like, I was talking to my friend in the back, and that was it.
When you start recording, if the officer tells you that you're interfering with their investigation, they tell you to get back, are you complying with them? Or?
They never asked me to get back. Not once. Nope. And they never asked me. If they would have asked me, maybe I would do that for them. If they had asked. Like, if they had a crime scene tape up and there was something bad going on, I know I have to stay behind that crime scene tape. But there's no law about distance as long as you're not interfering with their duties.
And you weren't
It's not my
You
fault.
can't be talking to the people neither as far as.
But it's not my fault when officers have ADHD and can't pay attention to one thing. And I hate to say it like that, but it's the truth, and you know it. I'm sorry, but
You weren't talking.
We're trying to be reasonable.
not till he said something
Yeah, you
to
weren't
me.
talking
I
till
weren't
you were
talking till
confronted first.
he confronted me and circled me like a shark, and then
What's your email so she could send you these videos? That'd probably be just the best way you could watch it.
you have a card. Thank you. And what is your name?
Matt Forsyth.
Okay, nice meeting you.
He's lieutenant over patrols, and he kind of knows a little bit more about what's going on. Unless
I
it's
got
something
you.
major, then it comes up to me.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, send those to me if you have any
I
concerns.
sure
I'll
will.
be glad to look at them. He's
Okay.
over all of our body cam evidence, so
Okay.
he can pull all that.
Yeah, I'll be requesting some in probably the next couple days. So now, how does that work when you request it? Like, is it per incident?
It's per incident.
Okay.
Per video, per incident.
Okay, that's what I wanted to see. Like, the car cam footage would be separate from the body cam footage, correct?
Yes.
Okay, now is there 2 cams in the car or just 1?
There's one cam. A lot of, since we have got the body cams, a lot of our over cars, we have so much problems out of the camera system. That's why we did go to body cams for one.
Okay.
What we did in the recordings that we
See,
did.
he's the only one I've seen with one on because Campbell doesn't have one on. She didn't. She didn't. I have her in the video and she did not. And the other officers on that scene that day, Smith did not have a body camera on.
Smith does not, he's in field training.
Okay, there's a lot of them. And I told him, I said, you
If they're a
can,
part-time officer or trailer in training,
you
they
know,
don't have to.
I do have a question for you. Why is it that all these police officers think they have to follow what other cops do and they can't stop it? I don't understand. Like Smith being a field training officer, I get it. He probably felt that if he said anything that he was wrong because he's a field training officer. And you can't go against cops because you go against cops and they're going to retaliate and be against you. You see what I'm saying? Like, and I told Officer Smith, I said, don't let them corrupt you. I'm like, don't let them act like he's acting right now.
We actually have specific training on that, and we really go over with them every year.
Right. Even, I mean, when I went to the jail, they even threatened me to hold me longer, Mar did, for not giving my social security number. And I had to give it to him or he said I'd be sitting there even longer. And that's ridiculous because I don't have to give them nothing like that. My name and date of birth is sufficient.
Did they fingerprint you or anything?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just to identify who you was or something?
Well, they already knew who I was. I'm not going to lie. I mean, my ID was in the car, but he like when he came up to me, he demanded it. He's like, I need your ID now. You're under investigation for disorderly conduct. And he grabbed my phone and threw it and grabbed my wrist, like, and cuffed me right away. And then kept telling me that I was, stop, fucking stop, they kept saying to me. That's all they kept saying to me. Fucking stop. I wasn't even doing anything.
Yeah, but there's 22 seconds from the time you exited this car until she was
Arrested.
I'm sure you're aware of this, but I'll tell you anyway. You know, if you are videoing something, if it's a crime or something happens, they can confiscate your phone for evidence.
Well, that's okay, because I got several, so it's
Just
okay.
letting you know, but
That's
if they
all right.
take it, that has to be the only reason they should take it.
Yep, and they'll give it back, correct?
Yeah, you'll get it back after it goes to the court, but the court will make us hold it as evidence. If there is something they think is on that video, they can confiscate it as evidence.
Okay, well, I'll be sending you all the videos I have. I will be filing complaints tomorrow on all the officers involved, just so you know, from both incidences. Because Officer Marr having the body cam, when Sergeant Riggs approached that suspect, Justin Campbell, okay, and there's only a dispatch call for a suspicious person, that's it. So I know he didn't turn in evidence. Couldn't have. There's no way he could have turned in evidence. And I'm going to tell you something else. He literally had Officer Smith get on the ground and start searching through that car so I pay attention to him and not pay attention to what he was doing. Because he takes the case from the back of the car. I watch him open the case, okay? He opens it up, looks in it. Like a minute, 2 later, the case is on top of the car on the driver's side, right? Smith gave that to the sergeant, okay? Then it goes on top of the car. And then as they're walking away, he had it in his hand after he approached Justin with it. And Justin's like, no, man, it's not mine. You could read his lips. You can see exactly what Justin's saying.
Just send me the video, okay? That's the best
Yeah, I will. I will send you everything. I mean, this is ridiculous. I
He's
mean,
talking about the evidence that Sergeant Riggs was carrying.
Yeah.
Where do you take the evidence to?
his truck and left. Didn't put in evidence or nothing. And he didn't have gloves. He didn't have gloves on or nothing.
Was it in a bag?
No, not a bag. I'm not going to say what it was in, but if you guys have it, you'll know.
I mean, did he put it into a bag?
Nope, not an evidence bag. Nope. He had it in his hand. He acted like I didn't see him. I think he didn't think I was paying attention. And he walked right past me nonchalantly with it down here. And I'm like, damn. And I zoomed in, and that's what it was.
Yeah, definitely send me that and we'll check in and see
Oh,
what it was that
okay.
was locked in.
All right.
So I'm all about making sure the guys are doing
All
their
right.
job.
Well, thank you.
I appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate you talking to me. And just if you could, like, let them know, I will be recording. I don't want them to think that I'm going to hurt them because I'm not like that. No way. No way.
I have no problem with that at all.
Okay.
They shouldn't either. Just, like I said, do give them their space when they are working, as long as they're doing their job.
Okay.
And that's my main purpose.
Yeah, I'm not there to get in the middle of the investigation, okay? I'm just there to hold people accountable when they do things wrong that they shouldn't. That's it. That's it. And it's
I
unfortunate.
appreciate it. What was your name?
I'm Dan.
Steve Wallen.
Nice to meet you.
You obviously, anything else we can do
No,
for you
that's
today?
all, hon. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Have a good day.
Bye, you too. Thank you, ladies. Have a good day, honey.